Hello, I'm Phil and welcome to my channel. So today I thought I'd do a very quick video just answering the kind of basic question of what is stock investing. So at its core, stock investing is buying a share of a company. So that's where the word kind of owning shares comes from. You own literally a kind of a share of the company. You own part of the company. So just to keep numbers simple, say a company had 100 shares. So the company is split up into 100 parts, so each would be 1% of the company. If you bought a share, one share of that company, you would physically own, literally own 1% of that company. So you would be an owner of that company. And that's what stocks are. So obviously, normally there's a lot more than 100 shares. So something like Google, there's millions, well, most stocks, but Google, there's millions and millions and millions of shares. If you buy 10 shares of Google, you are a literal owner of a very, 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 very small share of Google. So owning these shares, being a partial owner, gives you certain rights. So you are entitled to a return of the profits that the company makes. And the company can do this in a number of ways. So sometimes the company will just pay these kind of the share of the returns out to you in the form of dividends. So literally, they get the profits, they have a pile of cash, and they're like, right, we're just going to give this back to all the shareholders in cash, and that is a dividend. And that's often the case in more mature companies. If it's a growing company, obviously, more so what you find is they will take the profits they're making and they'll reinvest them back into the business to help the business grow revenues and profits and that type of thing. So you won't get a cash return in those cases, but often what will happen is the share price will rise. If it's an improving company where they're growing revenues, growing profits quite steadily, then the market will reflect that in a rising share price, and you will get return through that. But you still own that percentage of a company, so if the day ever comes where they do start paying dividends, you will start getting returns there as well. So that's effectively what stock investment is. So to do this, all you need to do is you decide what company you want to buy, and you can go onto a broker. So there's many of these around now. It's not anywhere near as complicated as it used to be. You don't need to call anyone up or do anything like that anymore. You can just go onto an online website like AJ Bill or Hargreaves Lansdown or Robinhood and all of those types of places, and you just go in and you buy a certain amount of shares. It could just be one share, and then you are an owner of a company. But fundamentally, at its core, that's what stock investing is. You are buying shares of a company, which means you are a partial owner of the company. You're buying ownership of that company.